Spicy.
An enemy has been slain.
What? Oh yeah. Yeah, it's been a bad night. I haven't been in a great mindset either. Had a really shitty day, so. Yeah, trouble in paradise with a lady. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. What I do know is that we are at a bit of a standoff. I'm sort of like not gonna like roll over and let her treat me like shit. But the thing is that she's only doing it because she's drunk, because she's like a struggling alcoholic. Well, she's been this way for like 10 years. This is nothing new, but like I just kind of came in at the tail end of it, and fortunately she has this really itchy trigger finger when it comes to the booze. And even though I've asked her like, hey, if you're gonna do it and go back on it, can you at least like warn me ahead of time? And she didn't do it again. And then in the middle of the conversation today on the phone, where we're already having an argument, I can hear her like slurring her words and getting bitchier by the minute. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're drunk again, And so then she hung up on me because I guess, being an asshole, whatever you want to call it, and tried to say something about how I'm treating her how her mother had in the past or something, like, and I'm just kind of sitting there thinking to myself, like, man, that if you treated your mother like you're treating me, I don't think I'd be blaming her for whatever the fuck she said to you, because Jesus, you're fucking being so rude. And then, but I didn't really say that because it was already off the phone, but I just sat there, and this is what I said. Because she says, her last words before she, like, peaced out for the night, she goes, you treated me like my mom does. That will not happen. Good night. And I'm like, nah. I treated you like someone who breaks their promises and doesn't give a fuck about doing it. I let her have it, dude. You know what? I'm not going to drag it, because I feel like that's going to be a nice little nugget for her to wake up to when she realizes, because she's like Jekyll and Hyde, which is going to make it all the more satisfying, because we're either fucked or she's going to come back and apologize once she like clears up a little bit and isn't drunk anymore, because once that's happened like 2 or 3 times already, and it's like kind of nice to have the vindication, but also kind of annoying to have to keep going through the cycle. And I'm like, I'm not going to keep getting disrespected by you just because you're fucked up. Like, I get it, you have a problem, but your problem isn't just a problem. It's not like you're a happy drunk. You're a fucking mean asshole drunk who doesn't give a shit. And that's exactly what happens. She ends up not giving a shit about anything that she's saying, and then she says a bunch of dumb shit, and then she doesn't remember saying it, which is the worst part, because then I'm going, and you said this and that and did this and that, and it's like, oh, like she has no recollection of half of what she said, or even any of it sometimes. So it's very like, you kind of have to like take it with a grain of salt and just try to move past it kind of thing, because, I know, pretty heavy for an opening rant, right? It's okay though. I mean, hopefully it will be, but I just know that it really sucks to be in this position, but I also feel like I kind of have to be in a position where I stand up for myself in these sort of moments instead of just kind of like accepting everything and going, ooh, why not? Sure, whatever. It's just like, you don't do that, then you're basically fucked. And, you know, it's unlike in League. You can't just press a mute button and hit the report, you know. Reported for toxicity. You're reported for toxicity. I should get a fucking little, like, joke button thing that looks like a real button. And would you like to state your reason why in 200 characters or less? Toxic! No, I mean, she knows it too, but she doesn't know it at the same time. When she's in that state, all the, like, acceptance of what she does when she gets fucked up, and, like, the contriteness, it completely vanishes, and she goes right back into the whole, you know, just being a total fucking bitch routine. And I mean, to be honest, I mean, you know, I can be an asshole, of course, but, I mean, that's like anything else. I don't enjoy being talked down to or disrespected. What's even worse about it is when you have somebody in that position all the time, like, one of the biggest issues is just a matter of being totally disconnected. Like, anything that's going on that's important, you can't get through to them. There's no getting through to them. It's like talking to a fucking brick wall, which makes it incredibly frustrating, but I'm having to reason with myself right now that I'm going to wait it out, because I know it'll probably end up happening first, is I'll probably get some kind of, like, incredibly aggravating reply, like something like, hi baby, or some other bullshit where she's just gonna, like, waltz back in like we never had a conversation at all, and that's gonna really fucking piss me off, because I hate when people do that shit. It's like, you know, when the last time you saw somebody, they kick you in the nuts and leave you on the ground, and then the next time they're like, hey man, how's it going? Like, you're just like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, what? But, you know, it's like, I care about her, I do, and, like, I want her to, like, figure it out and get better, but, like, at the same time, I have to put my foot down, too, because, like, there's a limit to how much bullshit I can take, and, you know, the thing that she was in one of those moods where, like, this is her sober self, or at least her stoned or sober but not drunk self, I should say, because she gets stoned a lot, which was always a thing. Like, you know, we had that kind of thing together, so it was like, oh, that's not a problem. But apparently that's not enough for her, or whatever. At least it wasn't today. And you know, so when that's the case, it's all like, I love you this, I love you that, like, oh, very nice, and always trying to, like, you know, be nice. And then as soon as this happens, it's like, like I made some comment about, you know, being a loving boyfriend, and she, like, did the whole, like asshole snarky, like, loving boyfriend, you can't stand me, you hate me. I'm like, I never said any of that. Like, you're being fucking irrational right now, but, you know, whatever, I'll just go fuck myself, I guess, you know. Go fucking jump into traffic, find a nice SUV, one of the big ones, you know what I mean, with the V8 engines, really just fucking plow me over. Damn. I mean, honestly, dude, sometimes anything is better than having to, like, be in the churn, the relationship churn of fix it, figure it out, or fucking break it off. Well, see, I should have gotten married to that Amish girl 20 years ago when I had the chance. I'm just kidding, there was no Amish girl, but I almost wish there had been. I almost wish there had been. It is what it is, yeah. I know, yeah. You know, it's like losing at a game of League. Doesn't matter how bad we're losing, I keep trying to win the fucking game. Drag me down 5v1 at the fucking Nexus. I will not move! Dude, how many times have I done that in our games where we're losing so bad? I'm just like fucking King Leonidas of the 300 there, like fucking getting shot up with arrows, like, oh, I'm not going down, motherfucker. Those are fun games. I want to play more of those. How's your game going? Oh, you got a Coleman tent and rented the space?
An ally has been slain. Your team has destroyed. Turret plating will soon fall.
Yo!
Slain.
Yeah, but yo! You know George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, you know those movies? Dude, they've got a new TV series centered around Day of the Dead, like based on the George Romero stuff. It's coming out on Sci-Fi. It's so fucking cool. I hope it's not shitty. I really am in the mood for some good new zombie stuff. Oh yeah. Did you? I gotta be honest, I was disappointed in it because I had so much built up hype, and then it was kind of like, I don't know. I wanted to like it, but you know where they lost me is when they fucking killed off the chick with the red bandana, and it was like, y'all are just standing there fucking with your thumb up your ass, and then the coolest character in the movie is dead halfway into it, and it's like, what are we left with? Oh, all the boring ones. Okay. Like, that was my thing. Like, they had a pretty good shot at it, and I think they did good stuff, but that was, among other things, some of my most irritated moments, because there's so many movies I've seen, and there's so many things I've learned that I really just, like, it grates on my nerves about movies. Like, it's mostly the writing kind of stuff. Like, the directing, the visuals, everything looks nice. It's the writing that always sinks it. I feel like there's nobody knows how to write good characters anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're all just kind of like really boring, one-dimensional. Did you know the guy that plays the safecracker, the eccentric German dude? Did you know that he has his own prequel movie coming out? It's gonna be Army of Thieves, and it's basically like before the zombie outbreak, and it's him and his like old band of safecrackers or whatever, and it's being directed, yeah, and it's being directed by the guy who stars as the bank cracker dude, the German dude. He's directing it, writing it, and yeah, yep. And they also have a greenlit sequel for Army of the Dead, like a regular sequel, and then they've got a prequel animated series coming out as well. Dude, they really bought into it. They like went up to Zack Snyder and they were like, hey, "Can we just suck your dick right now? Like, I'll get on my hands and knees and give you 500 million. Like, make me all the shit you want, whatever you want, dude. Zombie tigers, fuck it, go for it. You know, like, we're all in." I think that the main thing with a lot of this stuff, again, and it comes down to scope. And I think what annoyed me the most, aside from the writing with Army of the Dead, and you probably even can understand this, the opening of it was so intense that it was sort of like what came after was a little bit of a letdown. Like, they had such a cool concept of like the outbreak, and then you kind of realize they did like this super cut in the beginning of all this stuff, and then they cut to the regular story, and there's like very little actual zombie action in the real story. That was the thing for me. Like, I wanted to see more of the beginning of it. Like, I thought that's actually what they were going to do, is show more of the beginning of it. I knew that the plot was sort of like after the outbreak, but at the same time I was like, they're going to do more than just like a fucking highlight reel. But then that's what they did.
Shut down.
that was what I wanted more of, right? Like I was like, dude, let's keep this up, and then they go, like, oh, there's Dave Bautista in a restaurant. Okay, he's flipping burgers. All right, building now. The characters will never know anything about of any real importance, but we're gonna do that character. I love how they had the one dude in the beginning who like was with the fucking Vasquez crew or whatever. He just like storms off like, man, I ain't doing this shit. Like, you didn't think it was real zombies, bro? Like, what are you fucking retarded? That was fucking great. Mm. Yeah, I think that like, I don't know, like one of the things that here's my thing, right? Like here's one point. The guy that was like the antagonist, the security guard, they spent so much time building him up to be this like alpha villain, and then he kills off an extra and gets shot dead, and that was it. He just like I feel like they cut part of the movie out or something. Like I know that he was supposed to get like full creative control, but I don't know. I just feel like there was some parts of it that kind of went nowhere. Like there was supposed to be more to it, and then they're just like, nah, we don't need to finish this part. Nobody cares. I don't know, man. I think it does. In my opinion, it probably didn't help that he was trying to like cram this in on top of doing like the Snyder cut and everything, because that was a lot of time he spent working on the Snyder cut, and I guarantee you he put more time into that than this, and that was just like reshoots, because it was a 4-hour fucking movie. So, you know what I mean? I think he probably spent a lot of time on that, and then this was right around the same time, and they kind of, I don't know, they did a good job with it for what it was they were trying to get out of it, I guess. I hope the sequel, I hope that they like address some of that shit in the sequel, you know? Like maybe like, hey, you know what, guys? Let's get more of the zombie action. Let's get less of the one note. No. Go ahead. I'm good. Go say it. What? Oh yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, no, that, because it gave you kind of, you know what it gave you? It gave you Dead Rising vibes. Like, kind of make your own weapons and fuck shit up kind of vibe. Like, that was for me where I was expecting the movie to go. And I think that the thing that kind of bogged it down, unfortunately, is the whole heist element, because the problem with it is that once you realize how stupid the actual plot of it is, it really takes you out of what they're doing, because think about this. They sent this guy in, the millionaire guy sends his henchman in, and of course the henchman is the evil bastard who's going to fuck them all over. But of course everybody in the audience already knows that. Why does the audience already know that? Because anybody else who was actually in this movie, who was a character in this story, should be able to spot the obvious hints in how this guy is acting shady and trying to do weird shit and get around them. Like, anybody with half a brain would be suspicious of that, because you're going into fucking zombie territory. You don't want some dickhead who you can't trust at your back with a loaded gun, especially someone who's got a vested interest in stopping you from doing whatever they think that you're going to do, which you don't even know, because all you're there to do is fucking get money. But here's the thing. Why do they need this whole huge team to go in and crack the safe? This guy owns the safe. Why doesn't he give them the combination to the safe? Why doesn't he? Like, there seems to be like a better way than you have to drill through it with a safe cracker kind of thing. Because here's the other thing. Even if you made the case that, oh well, it needs power to open it with the electric locks, like the casino has power. They literally powered it up. Telling me the safe isn't on that generator. You're saying that they didn't put one of the most valuable assets of the entire casino, whose access is basically impossible without some fancy crack team of safe crackers that will destroy your millions of dollars safe that you installed. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing is like I think the problem for me was they didn't do a good enough job of demonstrating why shady henchman guy was able to con all the characters in this movie. Like, they didn't make him very convincing. They just kind of made him like, hey look, here's a bad guy, he's gonna fuck you over, and look at the look on it, like you just knew him. You look at me, you're like, you're a dickhead, you're gonna fuck them over. And sure enough, they do. And of course the one person who's like onto him, you're like, yep, they're gonna kill her off, because then she can't tell the other ones. And then guess what? Oh, they killed her off. Oh, but the guys are standing there with their guns, they're gonna shoot the zombies and help her escape, right? No. You know, just let her set herself on fire. Just, yeah, that's great. You guys are great teammates. I'm really glad we all live and die here. Come on. Like, I think that's the thing about that whole thing that made no sense too. Like Dave Bautista, maybe his daughter, and like a couple of the other ones. I think his like partner or whatever, like and the one black guy who's lived to the end of the movie. Like they were all relatively likable. But a lot of the characters were not likable characters. And I'll tell you what really pissed me off. The helicopter pilot fucking annoyed the shit out of me. You know why? You know why? Because she wasn't the original character. In fact, the original character was a comedian named Chris D'Elia, and he got accused of some kind of sexual misconduct from some other bullshit. And then they took him out of the movie after he'd already filmed his scenes, and they had to green screen all of her scenes in to the rest of the movie, which is why she never appears to be in actual relation to any of the other characters at any point, because in proximity to how it was filmed, she wasn't. So all of her shit was, yep. If you pay attention when if you ever watch it again and see all of her scenes, like you'll see how they cut it to try to make it look like she's part of the original movie, but you can see where they just can't fake it good enough, and it's kind of obvious once you know. But the biggest problem was she just wasn't funny. Like, it's like, oh, funny Tig Notaro, haha. I'm like, what? Like, I wanted it to be funny. I'm like sitting there, I'm like, you know, we had to have the wisecracking helicopter pilot. These are my favorite characters, you know. And she somehow made it boring. You know what it was too? It was sort of like, oh, you're gonna have to fix this old shitty helicopter, and like that's your whole thing the entire movie, and you're not gonna do anything else, and then it's not even gonna really work, but then it's gonna work miraculously, and nothing will ever be explained because there's no tension, because it just works because the plot needs it to suddenly work, and then it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, I like the movie, but you know what the problem is? I'm one of those people who watches all those like YouTube video reviewer dudes who are like cynical reviews or whatever, where they're like going over all this stuff in hilariously sarcastic dickhead ways, and I just fucking love it, dude. Especially if it's a movie I hated that like wasted my time. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Talk some more shit about that shitty movie. I fucking love it. Dude, you know what? I don't know if you like any of that kind of stuff at all, but if you like commentary on stuff with chill guys who get it, you should watch Red Letter Media, dude. They have so many fucking great videos. It's really funny because they kind of do this like theme skit where they're like portraying themselves sort of like they work in this old VCR repair store, but they never actually fix. There's this VCR for this client named Mr. Plinkett, who's played by another one of the kind of comedy group there, and then he comes in and he's got all these like wacky like sitcom stunts on the set, and then they sit down and they do these really hilarious conversations out of character. They're just talking, but it's like they just take so much time to set it up. It's like you can tell these are guys that really like care about the movies and stuff, and they're really fucking funny. They're not politically correct at all, which I fucking love, but they're not like ignorant either. They're kind of like a nice balance where you kind of feel like a smarter, less idiotic person after listening. I like listening to people like that. That's like my information stream a lot of the time when I'm not in school. Is I just like watch YouTube videos on shit, and I'm just like, yeah, YouTube. Yeah. How's your game, dude? I feel like I've been sitting here for like an eternity. I've aged. I've aged, bro. I'm old now. Right. Bro, you know that movie, Old, the M. Night Shyamalan movie that's coming out? Yeah, it's this movie called Old. I don't know much about it other than there's a family that goes on a vacation to this like island, and this island is all fucked and basically makes them, for whatever random mysterious reasons, it makes them like age like dozens of years within hours kind of thing. So like, yeah, it's all wacky, and like the kid's like a kid, and then he's like in a full-on adult, and he's like having a mental breakdown because he's like, oh my god, I'm like 30 and have balls, and what the fuck, and you know, and it's like all scared. Yeah, it's really fucked, dude. It looks like really good in a weird way, but like, I don't trust M. Night Shyamalan, dude. He fucking, he does me dirty at least 50% of the time I put my time into them, like. Like he really is. Like, he's like one of those like Zack Snyder almost directors where like you love his like ideas, but his execution in like at least half of his movies leaves you going, so what drugs did you do on this day? What the fuck were you thinking? That was not a good idea. Hey, Bob, guess what? I see dead people. Yep. Dude, I'm pretty sure that was the last movie Bruce Willis looked like he actually gave a fuck in, because I don't remember a single one after that point where he didn't look like he wanted to fucking commit suicide. It's like, dude, like the last few like Die Hard movies made me depressed. I got excited when they announced them, and then when I watched them, I'm like, dude, Bruce Willis doesn't even want to die hard. He just wants to die. Give me my paycheck so I can go get me a 6-pack of Coors Light. Drink away my 2 divorces and 3 estranged kids. I feel, you know, I think he's been divorced. I know he's been divorced at least once. He was married to like Demi Moore, I think. And then I don't know if he got married again actually, but I feel like he's been in the tabloids a lot because of that, because he's like, I don't know, I guess he's kind of an asshole, but I guess I feel like I understand it, you know, he's getting older and nobody likes getting old, and I don't know, I mean, I think it's just one of those things, man, like a lot of these Hollywood stars, like they go through and they do what they can do, and then like one day it just like burns out and they have nothing left, and then they're just miserable. Like, I don't know. I think about the number of people I've seen in movies where I'm like, wow, this was the last time they did anything, and doing this actually killed them. Like Heath Ledger in The Joker, dude. That was a crazy good movie. It did. He literally had been drinking with sleeping pills and all this other shit because he was fucking fucked from character acting. Can you imagine? Like, can you imagine being in a movie that literally left you? I feel like I would do that and not go crazy because I'm already kind of fucked, and like playing a fucked character would be kind of fun for me, but like I feel like a normal person maybe would have like psychological damage from that shit, especially if they were like of the good Christian upbringing, although he did do Brokeback Mountain, so me thinks he didn't do a good Christian upbringing, or maybe it was a little too good. And he was like, I need to cross me over to the other aisle now and do some unchristian-like things. Dude, he honestly, I don't understand how like anybody goes through all that stuff and then like ends up in that position. It's just so depressing, like having your life cut short like that. Like I'm older than he was, I think, when he died. He was like 28, 29 or something, and it's like, dude, what the fuck, man? That's crazy. I've lived longer than Heath Ledger. I'm never gonna do as much, but you know what I mean? Like, fuck it. I don't know, man. I know I'm in like motor mouth mode tonight. I feel like if I don't keep talking, I'm gonna start getting into the bad space in my head. like, you know what I'm saying, dude? It's like nervous eating. Like, you just keep eating so you don't have to think about anything. You're like, oh, it's food, I'm so good, I'm gonna throw up. I had 20 plates of food. Oh, yeah, I like that kind of stuff. I hope that I can get back to cooking with the missus. We did some of that a couple of weeks ago. It was pretty good. You know what we made? Um, we made some really good pot butter, or simple syrup, I should say, but it's like Hannah simple syrup. So it's got like 4 grams worth of the good green stuff in there, and it's so nice because it's like you can add it to anything. You can put it in like tea, you can put it in coffee, you can put it in whatever, and it just comes out so nice and so simple. That's why they call it simple syrup, bro. It's so simple, literally. And so what was the other thing we made? We made fuck. Oh, made like chicken fajitas. That was pretty good. And yeah, I like Mexican stuff. I'm always down to like do some kind of Mexican something because I feel like it's pretty easy to like pick up and figure out. Like you always gotta start off with like one thing. You're gonna do tacos, burritos, and then you get like the same shit pretty much every time. You know, beans, rice, chicken, whatever. It's not super complicated, but you can do so many different like configurations with it. So it's kind of nice. You guys almost done? Alright, give me a second. I'm just gonna go watch this trailer. Hold on. I don't know. I think so. Oh, I didn't update. Yeah. Oh, let me back out. But watch, dude. Okay, so that's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. You should check out that trailer, dude. Yeah, dude. It's actually it's like horror, but it's like comedy mixed in, sort of. It's like not as like self-serious, trashy as I thought it was gonna be. Kind of interesting. It does look kind of low budgety, but it's like for sci-fi, it's not bad. I'll give them like a passing grade. I just updated.
Oh, wait for 50,000.
Especially like the line near the end of the trailer by the old lady. It's pretty Come on, dude. Come on, you don't like zombies blowing up when they get hit by cars? Come on, man. Well, of course, but you know what I mean? Like, but I mean, like, maybe they were already like, you know, maybe they ate a lot of McDonald's and were already kind of squishy already, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I mean, I think it looks like, I'll give it a shot. I'll probably watch like the first episode, see what it's about, because I mean, there's not been really much great lately, and the only thing that came out recently that I watched was season 2 of Black Summer on Netflix, and that was really good. Well, Black Summer season 2 is a whole new breed. It's like everything that was wrong with the first season, they totally like fixed it, and it's so much more interesting now. There's a lot of like long takes and really good action and really good scenery, and it's sparser than you might imagine based on the first episode. But the thing is it's much more tight. It's not. There's no like flab to it. It's very like. There's only a couple of characters that you'll ever actually like learn their names or whatever, but like it doesn't even matter because it's so tight. And basically the main plot of season 2, without spoiling it, is like the blonde played by whatever Jamie Lynn or Jamie whatever her name is, Jamie King, sorry. The blonde woman from the first season and her like adoptive daughter or whatever are like kind of like on the run, holding up. Like they end up interacting with these people that are in like a fucking civil war. These two groups that are like fighting each other for resources and supremacy and all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of really good action, and it's like just as like a matter of point, like one of the first scenes, like they have like it's like a civil war in the woods shootout, and there's like people turning into zombies left and right, and they're just like there's chaos, and it's just fucking so satisfying. Like you feel like you've been entertained by people who knew what the fuck they were doing, and I'm not surprised because John Hyams, I think, is the guy who did a lot of the directing for this season, and he's done like so many different things, genre things throughout the years. He did 2 of the best, what is it, Soldier, what is it called? Something Soldier Day of Reckoning. Like it was that old Jean-Claude Van Damme movie from the 90s where they did like direct-to-video ones, and he did like these really high quality direct-to-video ones where it was actually good and not embarrassing. So he's like a really good economy director, and I think you can kind of see that in this one. Like they stretch what I assume was not a ton of money quite a ways, and they make a lot. They save it for some good stuff. We'll put it that way. There's some really good stuff that they use effectively, and there's a lot of tension. That's the other thing. There's tension in this one, and I just like. That's what I like about this kind of stuff. Like you don't feel bored watching it. You're not like, oh, like nothing's happening here. Oh boy. You're like, what's gonna happen? I'll give you 2 seconds, bro. 2 whole seconds.
Redhead, mess, bed, tear shed, cream beam a squeeze. The stage smells, tells, hells, bells, misspells, knocks me on my knees. It didn't hurt, flirt, blood squirt, stuffed shirt like me on a tree. After I count down 3 rounds, in hell I'll be in good company.
No, man, I'm not here. You're hearing me in your head. It is. It says you quit.
A summoner has reconnected. Welcome to Summoner's Rift. seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner.
Can you hear me? Yeah, now I can hear you. Fuck this this Tom, dude. Okay, I got exhausted. She wants to fuck with us, dude. What the fuck? My exhaust didn't go off. I was hitting F and I thought I had my finger on the wrong key because it wouldn't go off. And I moved it over left and I hit flash by mistake, but my F key was like not reacting. Fucking hit it. That's not good. That's not good, bro. No, I didn't, cause you live. I just need level 2, bro. No, you're good, dude. Don't leave, because they're going to tower dive with this huge wave. Just farm from wave way back. Don't stand in front. I can't believe it's not butter, dude. Also, I can't believe that killed you. I'm laying the pain down, dude. You better get in here and start whacking away. How about that? Refarm. That's okay, because I can back and use the gold. It's actually probably better that way, because you're not going to be backing for a while. You need to farm. See, now I got some damage. That's way better. Now I can actually punish them really hard, because I'm already hitting them for a lot. They just got a fucking lucky kill early and fucking got ahead, but we're still poking them a lot. We just got to avoid the all-in for like 2 seconds. No, you got it. Go. You can go. I was gonna say put it deep. I just wanted to get my ward off because I don't want to be leaving it. Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! I don't want my stun up. You, dude. Finish one of them or both, or I don't know. Maybe you die here. Yes, you can. He gets resets on kills. Volley's just getting Drake. I'm gonna hold the wave up here, try to get to it. Yeah. So I blew up the wave so you could last hit those.
Put to sea, and the name of that ship was the Billiard Team.
Now it's gonna be like another wave after this, probably.
No line was cut, no whale was freed. The captain's mind was not on greed. He belonged to the whaleman's creed. She took that ship in tow.
I have exhaust, so. Can't, dude. Why is that not our jungle? Like, where the fuck is Volley? Oh, now he's gonna. Wait. No, he's backing. Okay. Oh, you're good, dude. So close to 6. Oh no, I died.
Ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Of course, sitting right in the fucking bush. Yeah, well, mid is doing nothing and jungle is doing rift, so I mean,
Killing spree.
I don't know, dude. We're just gonna have to int till we get late game.
Killing spree.
Yeah, you got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. Fucking mow him down. Oh, you're dead. Maybe she's dead? Nope. Yes, yes, dude. There you go. Close enough, man. Close enough.
Ally has been slain.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm on talking about that.
Democracy is worthless. If a man has mental illness, call him crazy. Say it silently. When countries going crazy, we accept it as society. Get sick and take a pill. When the side effects get you high, you get addicted like these rappers dying, fighting with sobriety. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. They're trying to change amen to amen and women. How we let them in the life from regression. Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask for forgiveness. Feminism used to be the most righteous fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys. Don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. I'm just kidding, but everything else that I said is right. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They move.
Yo, yo. Yeah, I'm back. My dad just like walks into my room and I'm like, oh, I have to like entertain his rambling now because I don't want to be a dick, but like, dude, can you see him in the middle of a fucking game? Can we not have this conversation right now? Like, it's okay. Pew pew. Hey man, feed me some kills. Give me some kills, I'll start to fucking blow their team up. I'm already doing a lot of damage. I just need to get my level 11, get another item finished. Push it as fast as we can. I'm gonna ward over here. Can I not? There we go. Hit the tower! There we go. I died for that. Just get out. That was good, man. We got that tower. You should be able to buy something now. Nice. Free Drake. Maybe go. Can we go Baron after that? Or just push mid out? I don't know. We're scaling too, so that's good. Also, I don't know. I feel like that Senna's build is a little off. I don't know. She's got Divine Sunderer. Yeah, no, I was gonna say it's not exactly the highest play rate right now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is this the moment we actually kill her? So low! Did we just not kill any of them? God damn, dude. Oh, no. Probably, yeah. Fortunate. Nope. Hit the tower quick. There's 3 of them after Garen. I can alter. No, I know, that was fucking annoying. They didn't commit to Garen though. They were already on him, and they just like turn around and left to go fucking. Yeah. On my ult. It's back. Hey, there's Senna. gotta not let them back though.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
I'm trying to get that fucking Q off on her. It's so fucking annoying. I feel like we're just like tripping over ourselves trying to kill Senna, but nobody's hitting anything, so she's just cleaning us all up. Fucking. Oh. Well, never mind. I thought Garen was going in, but he just turned around again, so I don't fucking know, dude. They're not gonna go for that. Oh, look at her, dude. She's low enough. I fucking hate this goddamn game, dude. They fucking literally sprinted down mid lane. Yeah, fucking ZZZ, Bally Bear, you did nothing, you fuck. You didn't help us. You fucking got any goddamn ganks early, we wouldn't fucking have lost lane in a landslide, but no, can't have that. I know it's not worth it, but you know what? I want to fucking crack somebody's goddamn skull today. I'm fucking sick and tired of this shit. People doing dumb shit and then bitching and whining. Hoo-hoo. Yeah, I'm 6 and 15. I wonder why. I know, it doesn't matter, but it's like, that's exactly the point. Like, everybody bitches and acts weird about it, but then it's like, no, there's a reason why. It's okay. I have fast back now. My work on my Zonias. Not my Zonias, my Grievous Worlds. Encampment coming, hurry up. Fight it, we can get this tower in one go. We gotta hit it now, now, now. Come on, Volley, what the fuck are you doing? Get over there, Jesus. Did what I could to get him fucking, get you guys out of there. Akali's not dead.
Enemy double kill.
Oh, they don't have Trist up yet, so that's one. I'm up in 20. I think I can stop them from ending it, maybe. Yeah, they're pushing way too slow to end it. They're gonna get inhib. But why didn't we kill him? Jesus, come on. No, they were. No, Akali was there. Oh, maybe, yeah. I hope so. Yeah, he can't back with Garen on him anyways, so. Watch out for Silas top. There's Zonia's. There we go. We got it.
Aced. Your inhibitor is respawning soon.
We won that. Seems sort of like a miracle. Yeah. Yeah, we can do another one. I'm gonna get my water filled up.
Wow, my microphone's been off this entire time. Holy fuck. Isn't that embarrassing? Well, thanks for joining. Like how we play. Hit that follow button, hit that like button. And let me know what y'all think.
Oh, Santiana gained a day away, Santiana. Napoleon of the West, they say, along the plains of Mexico. Well, heave her up and away we'll go away, Santiana. Heave her up and away we'll go along the plains of Mexico.
I don't know. I like this one, but I only for 9, 10. That's cool, Jen. I always like the Shin, but I don't play Shin anymore. For a captain too.
Along the plains of Mexico.
You there, dude?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, let's get it going.
Yeah, man. Get it going.
You doing all right?
Yeah, no, not really. I'm not really in a position to do much about it right now, so...
You talking about your girl?
Yeah, I don't know, I just... Like, I don't know, man. It's been this whole thing this summer. We've been working on it like crazy, doing all this stuff, and it's like, I don't know, it just feels like really anticlimactic right now. Like, there should be more of something going on than what's happening right now, and it's just kind of unsettling to me. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen next, but it feels really off right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't worry about it, man.
Because I don't know what the fuck she's doing. I mean, I know she's been drinking and she's not in a good mental state right now, obviously. So, because, you know, when she drinks is because she's not in a good mental state. So, it's like making it worse, and she doesn't seem to be able to separate that reality that when she's like this, it's really screwing herself over.
Right.
So, it's very difficult to do much except wait for her to get the fuck over her bullshit and come back in a different state of mind. Who knows when that'll be, and if that'll even mean anything, because my guess is it's gonna probably be like a total, you know that movie 50 First Dates?
Yeah.
You know, she keeps reliving the same day every day because she like has a mental injury or something. She can't
Yeah.
like move. Yeah, that's what it feels like some days with her. Like she'll like wake up and have like no recollection of any of the like tone, attitude, words, anything that was happening the night before. Where it's like, you're like, I'm still pissed off. Like, how the fuck are you just totally like oblivious to it? You know? And it's like,
Yeah.
truthfully, I don't think she remembers it, which is makes it really like what the fuck do you do? Do you like make a recording when she's being an asshole and then play it back to her later and be like, this is what you sound like, this is what you're saying, you know? Like, do you do that, or do you just say fuck it and just like drink yourself into a stupor too, you know? Because then everybody's stupid and drunk and nobody
Well,
gives a
do you
shit.
want her
I
to
don't
quit
know.
drinking?
I mean, I've already. See, here's the thing, right?
No,
Near the
just
beginning of our relationship, we had a night where she got, you know, when I met her, she had told me what her situation was and that she was you know, close to getting off of probation. She was really, you know, had been clean or hadn't been drinking for as much of a time, but I think she was still like in the middle of it. And then the first night I met her, she was like that. And then everything was fine for a couple of days. And then one of those nights, it was like, I saw the real, like I was always under the impression that she sort of like had a little bit of it under control at least, and she was semi-coherent, and then it was like one night, I don't know what happened, where she got like extra drunk or something happened, and she was like a totally different fucking person, and she was like totally out of control. Like there was no, like, there was to the point where this is the way the argument was going, right?
Right.
She had the phone, we were on video camera, she had her phone, she was holding it up to her ear, like she had the camera up to her ear like she was like talking on the phone, so I couldn't see her face, and I'm looking into her fucking ear, like
Right.
really, like that, and I'm like you got the camera down, like, you know, hello, and she's like not reacting to anything I'm saying, and I'm like, you have the camera pointed in your ear, and she's like, no I don't. I said, yeah you do. No,
Right.
I don't. I'm like, what do you mean, no, you don't? Yes, you do. Like, you look at the fucking thing. Where is it pointed right now? And she goes, at my ear. I'm like, oh, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you see, it's one of those things where you're like, it's literally like dealing with a fucking, like, Alzheimer's patient when she gets this. I've never seen anybody like this when they get drunk. Like, I've seen people who get drunk, and I've been a fucking drunk before, and it's like, I don't know if I'm that stupid, but it's like, I feel like she just like completely, like her brain like melts and she can't fucking reason with anything or think about anything. She's just kind of like a shell of a person. It's really off-putting. And at least that's when it's the bad drunk, which seems to be most of the time, which is why I told her, you know, when you asked, oh, do you want her to stop? And I already had this conversation with her after that night, and I thought that was she sort of like came around and she's like, this isn't gonna stop unless I stop drinking. And that was in her moment, like the first honest moment with me. I was like, yeah, I mean, you're being real, which I appreciate,
Right.
because even
Right.
then she was like admitting it. And now it's like, now she's back to doing it. It's like, but you already admitted that this is what's gonna happen. So it's almost like you don't care if that's the outcome, or you really are trying to convince yourself that you're gonna have it under control, and then you just don't, and then you treat me like shit, and then you don't remember doing it, and then we just go right back to square one, where you're just acting completely oblivious, and I'm just sitting here seething like this is fucking bullshit.
You're an
So I
ultimatum.
don't know, man. What? Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I plan on basically saying, the next time she messages me, which may not, who knows when that's gonna be, maybe in the middle of the night, maybe tomorrow, but you know, I plan on basically putting it as the following: is like, you can't do this anymore. Like, whatever you're doing, you need to stop doing it. And if it happens again, I just need to leave. Because the bottom line is I've already told you this once. You already told me once you wouldn't do it. And then the second time it happened, I even bargained with you some more and said, okay, but if you're going to do it, at least tell me. And then you don't even bother doing that and holding up that end of the deal that you make. You know, you're saying you're going to stop. You don't stop. You say you're going to keep me in the loop. You don't keep me in the loop. So you got to get, something's got to give if you're going to keep this together, because I can't keep throwing myself into this fucking leaf chipper or wood chipper like I am. You know, it's like I go in there and I know that it's going to be stressful. But what I don't understand is how she goes from being in one state of mind and totally like not even just a shift, it's like polar
Right.
opposite. It's like you're reasoning
Hey.
with me on one state, and then you go to the other state, it's like Jekyll and Hyde. The other person dies, and and this new bitch is in town and she's taken over, and there's no fucking talking to this one. She's just gonna fucking be a total asshole whenever she feels like it. And that's, I mean, to me that's a huge problem, but